You'll never neglect the Qur'an after hearing this story. The Sheikh's last visit. Once upon a time, in a small town in an African country, there lived a noble Sheikh, a man who was respected and honored by everyone in the community. Every Ramadan, the town would host him, welcoming him into their homes, one after the other. He visited each household, offering prayers and supplications, until the end of the holy month. One year, he came to a house he had visited the previous Ramadan. But this time, something was different. Wife, angrily. You stole our money. You stole our money last time you came here, Sheikh. Husband, frantically. Please, stop saying that. For God's sake, stop. The Sheikh bowed his head, thinking deeply. Sheikh, quietly to himself. Subhanallah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. May Allah forgive you. After a brief moment, the Sheikh spoke softly. I didn't steal your money. May Allah forgive you. The wife, still upset, turned to her husband. Then where did it go? Subhanallah, I can't believe this. Husband, calming his wife. Please, let's not argue. Let's hear from the Sheikh. Maybe he can explain what happened last year. The husband turned to the Sheikh and, with respect, asked, Naam, Sheikh. Please, tell us what truly happened last Ramadan when you came to offer prayers in our house. The wife nodded, eager for answers. Yes, please tell us. We need to understand. Before we continue, if you're not following this page, you might never see us again. Kindly like, comment, share and follow Relaturu now, for 10 years of blessings, InshaAllah. The Sheikh began to speak. Before I arrived here last year, the sky was heavy with clouds, and the weather grew stormy. As we were praying and making supplications, you both stepped out to prepare some things for the iftar. That's when the wind picked up, and rain began to pour heavily. The thunder crashed, and the breeze scattered everything in the room, even the money you had placed on the couch. I saw the money fly off, so I gathered it and placed it inside the Qur'an, thinking you would notice it when you opened the book to read, as we all know the importance of reading the Qur'an daily. At that moment, the wife reached for the same Qur'an that had been placed there the previous year. As she opened it, she gasped in astonishment. There, inside the pages, was the money. The Sheikh's words were true. The Sheikh began to cry, and for a moment, the room fell silent. Sheikh, through his tears. I'm not crying because you accused me of stealing. I'm crying because, since last Ramadan, this Qur'an has never been opened in your home. The wife stood motionless, struck by the gravity of her actions. Her heart sank, and she had no words left. The husband, too, was speechless, realizing the painful truth. The Sheikh, still overcome with emotion, gently advised them. Worshipping Allah isn't limited to Ramadan, my friends. We are to worship Him every day of the year. Ramadan is merely here to teach us how to continue in devotion, not just for a month, but for a lifetime. The room fell silent once more. The wife and husband were deeply moved, regretful, and full of repentance. They realized their mistake, not just in accusing the Sheikh, but in neglecting their spiritual duties. The Sheikh's story spread through the community like wildfire, becoming a timeless reminder that the greatest tragedy isn't the loss of money, but the neglect of the Qur'an, the very guidance that was meant to enrich our hearts, not just our homes. Invaluable lesson? The Qur'an is not a decoration for our shelves, but a manual for our lives. When it remains closed, so do our hearts, and the real loss begins not in wealth, but in our connection with Allah. Remember, if you're not following this page, you might never.